I had the song sped up. Okay, guys, today I'm going to pop a flask and we're going to do some Warsong Gulch because it's Warsong Gulch weekend, have some fun in the queue, chat with you guys, and then towards the end, after the 2-hour flask, I'm going to get into a little bit more discussion with some guild stuff. I need to set some stuff up for my channel and for YouTube. So I'll probably do that a little bit on stream, show you guys that, and that's about it. Just hanging out. So before I get started, I want to grab some different gear pieces, and then I also want to, actually I don't want this. I also want to, there's one thing I was going to do. Oh yeah, I need to get grenades and mana potions. Damn. So, this is the effect of banning bots, I guess. This is good news, but man, these used to be 43 cents. Or 43 copper, I should say. They're not copper, silver. 43 silver, and now they are 5 gold each. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I'll just go buy the PvP ones if there's not any on this character. I don't really want to spend that much. I think I have some though. No, just a lot of clips. Oof. Okay. I wonder if mining materials are more too for grenades. Let's see. I have some. Mining. Alright, 1 second, let me shut the door. All right. Anything else I wanted to grab? Hey Aaron, how's it going? Ooh, let's see, weapon oil, that's the other thing. I have a few more charges. How do we know when we get invited to the guild, by the way? It's gonna be a little bit, I mean, it's not gonna be a super strict process, so if you signed up and you're around, you left your Discord and whatnot, you'll most likely get an invite. We probably will take a second just to chat with people in Discord or something. Just kind of make sure everyone's on the same page. But yeah, it's gonna be just a little bit. Yeah, sure, Eric. To the invite. There's the Discord. Yeah, it's been pretty active. People coming in and chatting about Season of Discovery and everything, so it's been a good time. I'll mute this server for 3 hours so I don't trigger you guys hearing that noise all the time. Okay. Put in a good word for me? Yeah, I will, don't worry. Okay, I want to get rid of these out of my bag. And then we'll pretty much start. I'll see how the queues are and we'll pop a flask if everything seems good. I mean, I personally am West Coast, but in the past I've been on East Coast guilds, so actually have no idea what their plans are. We haven't even discussed like raid times or whatever. I think that's just like, it's so early on with, especially because there's going to be multiple phases at the different level caps, and most likely the level 20, well, I mean the level 25 raid we already know is 10 man, and the other raids are probably going to be, you know, 10 20 man, so it's not really any point in like setting up a raid roster at the moment, so that's not even really like a worry of ours at the moment. Okay, average queue time 3 minutes. Okay, we like that. You're just trying so hard to play just one alt, man. Yeah, I feel ya. Looking at the beta CDLs and forgot how good Ellie is at 40. Oh, yeah, I remember Sea-Doo was popping off at 40 on Ellie. And then I think also like Xane and who else was in there? Let's see, I can't remember. There was another female orc shaman that I can't, like physical maybe or something. I don't remember. Didn't he lose one duel? Yeah, I mean, like, looking back on that, I can't really think of it off the top of my head who... Let me get some water from this guy. Get... But yeah, guys, I'm also setting up some YouTube members. It's kind of like Twitch subscribers, I guess, but for YouTube. I'm looking at doing that so then I can just like turn ads off and you guys have a way of supporting me if you want to, but then it's also not like a requirement of having to like deal with ads or whatever. So kind of something I want to work on a little bit later. So Tips is in the guild, right? That means we're getting guild dual tourneys. I actually have no idea what his plans are in Season of Discovery. He will be in the guild, but in what capacity, I'm not sure. I haven't personally talked to him in a little while, so I know he was around the other night chatting with Lemmings, who's kind of the one setting up the guild and everything, but I don't know what their overall plans are with things. He's very busy in real life, so he probably is just like would be playing on kind of a casual level, I guess. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna play Druid in Season Mastery, and then hey, this is actually DQT. No, it's not. It's a lie. He has a. Well, I mean, unless he has another account, but I don't know. But yeah, my plan is to play Druid, and then I'll have like a Shaman and Hunter alt probably. I feel like I've done nothing in this game so far. Everyone's just getting blown up in 2 seconds. Thinking about Rogue, Warlock, and Warrior as alts. Nice. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know if that's actually him. Kind of funny if it was. Think your classes are sorted? Shaman, Warlock, trying to juggle 2 characters. Nice. Yeah, I think with the cap at 25, it'll be a little bit easier to possibly make that work. He's probably gonna jump down as soon as we get up there, but we'll see. I think he already dropped. Hence his HP going down. I hear Resto. Okay, let's get him here. Maybe, if he comes. Oh, nice. Hey Hub, how's it going? Are you streaming on Twitch as well? No. I have a Twitch account that's like, it's the thing, it's like affiliate, I think. It's before partner. So I have that account, but I just kind of prefer to have everything on YouTube. I know some people are partial to one platform over the other for sure. That's probably not ideal for some of you guys. Probably should let this mage take this. Ate that trap for the mage. There we go. We'll let the mage take it if he wants it. He's not going to. Yeah, Ellie Mastery in Warsong is just so strong. In like world PvP and stuff, I think I prefer going NS just because it gives you the option to use it defensively or offensively, but for this, it's just too fun. Probably should have my PvP boots for speed, but oh well. Am I still in Ghost Wolf? No. Our FC is dead. This guy's saying our FC is dead. I'm alive, bud. I love the length of that. That's hilarious, isn't it? Frost Trap is a fun ability. I think Tank Shaman at 25 for flag running will be really strong. Ah, I was casting a heal on him right then. I was like, what is that? It was my alarm. Hey, Crash. Oh, that pushback almost killed me. Weird. He AFK. He must have had world buffed or something. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Doing good. How are you? Just doing some PvP. We'll probably pop a flask after this game. Just kind of wanted a warm-up game. I think there must be ally in there. Shit. I probably should have naded him, but I was gonna try and get in the flag room and peel for this guy while he runs it, but okay. This guy is just harassing people, I guess. Too slow, Joe. Right? No? Okay. That's cool. Bro, this guy, I swear. Parry. Since 25% of Horde is going to be Shamans and 15% Druids and 15 Locks, I wonder what class on Alliance to play have the best chance to beat them in PvP. I mean, I wouldn't go... You guys have to realize, so if like the representation of classes is mainly like 3 classes, oftentimes what will happen is players will kind of self-sort in a sense because they want to get into groups. They have friend groups that are like, hey, we need a warrior, or we need this. So I mean, while there'll be obviously popular classes, people are going to also play what's needed. So that's one thing to think of. Let me mount. Let me mount. Dying. Okay, we gotta just find the FC again. Okay, resist my nade, nice. We'll have to fake his... Ground that bolt. Okay, this is ridiculous. Oh, yeah, that's the problem with you don't get the double crit if you have whatchamacallit up. Super annoying. Dude, this guy just like... Dude, this guy literally resisted like 3 of my most important spells. Then classic. No. I think Warden Staff going to be crazy expensive or sought after more than the weapon damage scales with last rate. I mean, most likely players will, yeah, end up using... It just kind of depends. It's like whatever is better at that phase in terms of, like you're saying, scaling and everything. to be up top. I'm gonna wait for him to drop, hopefully. Probably won't now. I think that, oh, the mage is, one of the mages right here. I had some gear. This dude named Haha I'm Dead made a new orc to whisper a horde. He laughed at me. Oh shoot, he's gonna, yeah, he's got it. You hate to see it. I don't know how someone was able to mark him like that. Yeah, Warden staff is gonna be crazy. I don't think he's, I think he's like fire, so he probably doesn't want to hold it. Yeah, someone, I don't know who it was. Someone broke his sap. Which obviously is a no bueno. Double rogue in there. I think I actually just want to be in the flag room for now with this big push happening. Shit. Think Boomy's gonna get anything crazy? I think Boomy's at 40 are gonna be really exciting. Is he going for a silence? No? Okay. Damn it. Yeah, I don't think we'll... Maybe the mage will pick it in time, I don't know. Doubt it, though. I think he's... Okay, start the next game, we'll pop our flask. An AoE dot insect swarm would be neat. AoE moonfires. Yeah, you guys are getting a little too crazy, I think. Going Shadow Priest? Nice. Yeah, Shadow Priest should be pretty strong at 40. I think class balance is going to be completely up in the air. It's Season of Discovery. I think we got to understand that a lot of stuff is going to be probably really unbalanced, and it probably won't ever get to a good balanced state. And I don't really think that's their goal. So that's okay. I mean, Classic is not really balanced either. You have classes that you go up against and you get absolutely destroyed by, and other classes you destroy them, so. Typhoon is kind of nice in PvP. I could see them maybe adding something like that. Honestly, I know this is a really unique take, and I think probably most people disagree, but I actually loved the mushroom spell in, I think it was Kata. I would love them to add that. It's so nice for like AoE farming. It's nice for PvP in terms of like having the slow component to it. It's just a really cool ability that you can kind of utilize in different ways and get really creative with how you play with it. And it was kind of some of the most fun I had in the game was being able to use that in like duels and everything. So I hope they add that back. It was so cool. Like you could place up to 3 mushrooms down and then you could like cause them to explode. Best thing ever. I love that thing. I think Classic era population will die. I mean, yes, it will definitely die for a bit, right? Like okay, let's pop our flask. It will die for sure when at the beginning of SOD, just like probably Wrath will, probably very few people will be playing on Wrath servers with SOD for the first few weeks, and then things kind of level out, you know? Because whenever there's a new, even like a new retail expansion, a lot of people leave Classic to go check that out, even though like retail's not my cup of tea. There's a lot of people that love it. So it just kind of tends to be like that with players checking out the new thing. It's the new, it'll be like lots of people on Twitch will be streaming it, so it'll be the in thing to check out. No, you love it. Yeah, Mushroom Spell was like tons of fun. Man, and Mushroom Spell was like, I'm pretty sure that was Kata, right? And then we had RBGs, and I would use those all the time in RBGs. Fun stuff for sure. Oh, dude, I want this guy to PI me. Any PIs? So if you cast and then, well, you had more buffs on, but if you cast Lightning Bolt, the nice thing is it travels, so you can get a Purge off in there and hopefully get his shield. Might be Mop. Yeah, it could be Mop then. But I loved that spell. It was so good. It might have been like Mop that it had the whatchamacallit component. The slow, but I have no idea how that I had a grounding down for that CS. I don't know. Maybe I guess he Frost Blast me before that. Or Fire Blast me. Sorry. I think a lot of the other druid abilities that people like, especially like someone said symbiosis, like that ability is kind of, I feel like it would be a little bit OP in classic. Dude, this guy with his CSs, oh my god. Like, I figured he would blink CS me right there when I naded him, so I faked. Like, I swear, some players, it's just like, they just hold their CS forever and they just win that way. Mage's CS doing 10 seconds is, like, 10-second lockout is just too scary not to try and, like, fake cast it, but then mages can get away with just holding it forever. Base Lance and SOD BGs will be toxic. I mean, yeah, but it does so little damage without everything else that you need, like Fingers of Frost or like someone frozen. I don't know. Okay. Well, at least you get a fire spell in Lava Burst and SOD, so if you get nature locked, yeah, at least you have a little bit of something to do. Doesn't require the mage's frozen status though, and there'll be a lot of mages. True, but we'll have to see how many mages go with that over something else. I feel like Ice Lance obviously would be picked by a lot of people, so they have to give them some tempting options for the other rune slots. And it might just be the case that you end up having to make some hard choices for those. It sucks as a druid in WSG if I know there's some druids out there that just absolutely love flag carrying, but to me, I'd rather just PvP. I don't really like the mini game of flag carrying and popping a bunch of consumables and just I don't know. There's just too much involved with it that I'm not really into it. I'd rather actually PvP. Okay, he ran into a bunch of people. This is bad. Get this guy dead. Oh my god. Jeez. $3K crit? That was crazy. Okay, let's let him go, and then... That was like 2,500 overkill? Yeah, that was crazy. You need to... Damn, he might be dead. So many people with him, though. I was gonna leave because that priest was there and everything. Grounded Hodge. Should be able to Ghost Wolf here and run. Okay, no. I say we'll use our rocket helmet as a charge on one of these guys. Probably him. Groundus damage. Guess we'll go tunnel. Tried to eat that trap because I had grounding up, but I guess it doesn't matter. We have the priest here to. And it's a two-handed enhancement shaman, guys. He's popping off. Do horde players fear OP paladins in PvP, or do you think you're going to be able to kite them easily? I don't know. I think they're going to do a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong, especially at 25. I think people will be like, "Oh my gosh, I hate these paladins we're having to fight. They're so OP. A lot of people will roll them, but I think at the higher levels, it probably wouldn't be as bad. You'll have more outs for things. So I don't know." Cap, I can't. I'm gonna be going Horde, yeah. Horde all the way, guys. If you want to apply to the guild, join the Discord, and there's a link for it. There's an application for guild. It's pretty. It's like not like any crazy requirements for the application. He either has a paladin or he uses. Okay. Grounded Hodge there. He's dead. Okay, let's go for the hunter first. Okay, we got a kite. They have the shaman. Sorry, the paladin here, and we don't die to that. Let's get one of the pallies out of the way. Get rid of that. Shit, we can cap, Gotta get him out of the way. I don't know if they notice. I notice. Let me run. Put grounding down if he tries to Hodge. No! So unlucky. Is everyone else dead? Shit. I don't think they don't have the DPS to kill me, and the pally's staying here, which is a horrible idea, so they're actually dead. Cleanse that, got the stun. Shit, they have a pally here now. I don't have any mana potions. Man, people in BG chat are freaking out. I love when people are like, dude, why didn't you cap? And it's like, there was like 6 people on me and I was slowed by a frost mage. What do you want me to do? Like... he bubbled my burst because last time I one-shot that guy. Thinking of playing a druid as your first alt with a friend pally. Gonna be fun in PvP. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Wind Fury for a level 25 paladin as like for a druid to help them. That's crazy. You hope Boomies get at least one fun spell. Hex, Starfire, Trees, Typhoon, anything. Yeah, I agree. I guess someone's like, yeah, this guy is freaking out, and dude, some people need to chill out. Why am I not going roof? I don't know, to be honest. I was reading chat. Wasn't really no real reason, to be honest. Probably should. Shit, we're dead. Now we're actually dead. I gotta just stay on cap now and hope for the best. We gotta kill this guy too. What's our team doing? I guess the guy's just running really well. Dude, now I want to play Ellie at least at 40 with Ellie, Mastery and Overload, Lava Burst. Yeah, I mean, Ellie's like a very fun class, but then at the same time can be very frustrating with like spell pushback and everything. Yeah, I don't know, but it makes up for it with its crazy burst, and it's like a relatively simple class. Like you don't have to really have much skill. The main skill that comes from Ellie, I guess, is just like totem management and like using the right totems, all that stuff. Okay, they got a sap on him. Oh gosh. Purge the shield. There we go. Oh my god. No! He stealthed at the wrong time. Oh, our fun's over, guys. That was great, though. My god. Do you think Way of Earth rune is going to be best for PvP regardless of spec? I think it's going to be really strong. Obviously, people can make a case for shamanistic rage if you're playing with a group, because it'd be nice to be able to shock. It's nice to be able to earth shock from range and then be able to kind of have a oh shit cooldown if you get attacked. That's what I would do if you're like playing with a group of people and you're able to kind of play on the back lines, because then you still get to maintain your interrupt, but then you still have like shamanistic rage will be nice for that. But also, isn't that the rune slot that you could also be using earth? I mean the healing shield. I can't remember why I can't. It's not coming to me. But yeah, there's a lot of options. Okay, that guy got blown up too. This mage is so frustrating. It's like I try and fake cast, and then if you get unlucky and you don't get the fake cast in, you're just locked out for that long, which is crazy. He's first aiding. I mean, what else to do in that situation? I guess that's kind of smart. Actually, let's kill this guy, because we don't want to get peeled by him. Okay, 2 CSs to have to deal with. Okay, well, they're killing me. I think we probably can get the flag. Oh. Yeah, maybe Earth Shield if it's really strong, and also maybe Earth Shield if it's like somewhat mana efficient. If it's like really expensive mana-wise, I actually think it's probably just better not to deal with it, but we'll see. Why is this guy, oh, he's doing this guy shit or something. Yeah, I guess this guy's like raging super hard right now. I don't know. You guys should see the chat. Actually, you shouldn't see the chat. It's just not even worth it. People. Tells the chat. He's like, I mean, it is just look at this. Look at his name is just it's just all him just freaking out. And I was just saying because people were freaking out that I didn't cap, and I was like, well, and the priest was like, dude, it was like a 5v3 and we were held up, and then nobody's talking to you, and then he's just like going in and just freaking out. Like, I don't know, guys. Some people just not worth it. Worth it. What class am I going? SOD? Yeah, Druid. Druid's my main, and then I'll have a. Actually, probably. I don't know. I think I might make my Hunter next, just because I think Hunter, farming wise, might be really nice at 25. But I think I might go Druid, Hunter, Shaman, and then if I make any other classes, they would be like ones that I just mess around on. I tried to ground the Hodge, but he was smart about it. I mean, it's probably best if I just leave him and try and peel for people. Okay, he's gonna get it. No, right when I was about to jump. Is the level 40 meta well established from classic beta? I mean, people kind of remember what was good at 40, but like with the runes and all the changes, like no one really will know, you know? It's just going to be like, at that point, it'll just be guesswork. Fun fact, I ranked 3 High Warlords to Warsong Gulch only. This is light work. This guy is like... Yeah, I love this guy. He is fun to have in your battleground. He's adding comic relief to everyone. Now that we're like look like we're gonna win, he's changed and he's very positive now. So let's see. Brindle picked it up. Dude, this guy just continually viper stings me. It's the most annoying thing ever. I didn't get the pet slow. Warrior plus healer is going to be OP at 40. Yeah, especially if they can get Pendulum of Doom from Uldaman. Like, if someone gets that in at the level 40 content, it's going to be so crazy to watch that happen. Ouch, ouch. Not right after I got the buff. You gotta let me fly. Anyone think if you find a rune that gives an ability, example, single-minded fury, or an offhand ability for shaman, will it still require the classic WoW level requirement, or rune you get dual wield? I'm not sure with that one, to be honest. We'll have to wait and see. I think we pick Zerking and try and one-shot the flag carrier, see which way he's going. I don't know if it's up yet. It is, okay. Oh, I love Dakota. I watched his streams all the time back in Classic, watching him run around on his female undead Shadow Priest, and then later he had a female Orc Hunter that he pumped onto. Good God. That's so broken. Unbelievable. Okay, it's like, I think we want to... No, he has a priest with him. I think we're going to stay here and kill these guys so they don't pick flag. Okay, this guy doesn't have silence for a little. Okay. 3k crits non-stop? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Used to watch his priest daily videos at work every day. Oh yeah, female orc rogue, sorry, yeah. Did I say hunter? Maybe it was because I was attacking someone. I was playing hunter in game. But yeah, his videos were so good. Nice. That was a good game. But yeah, if we had we had a level 40 warrior in the guild that was able to get Pendulum of Doom, even like maybe we'll have to see what they do with enhanced shamans, but I still think warrior would just be so strong. I bet a lot of people at level 40 are just gonna farm Uldaman. Yeah, I watch him every once in a while. I know he was like doing Smite Priest and like hardcore. Um, if he does SOD stuff, I'll probably definitely watch him again. I just don't have as much interest in Wrath content in terms of watching it. I think they're gonna make a raid where better weapons drop, like SM. True, but like, I mean, if we look at the weapons that are in the raid right now, for BFD, and then we compare them to equivalent blue items, it's kind of a wash. I think they want to make it so that if you get blue items out in the world, they're still really good as well. So I could see there being a decent alternative to Pendulum, but I think Pendulum just like could still be crazy. Just it has such a slow weapon speed, and it's just amazing. He died on that priest at like 56. Yeah, I saw that. It's a bummer. See, that's just like what would kill me about not Season of Discovery, of hardcore, is just like I want to do stuff. I don't want to play like super passive. Like I could easily get to level 60. You know, it might not be the first character I make, but I could easily get to 60 over time of playing a certain way. But I personally just am a lot more interested in like trying hard content in terms of soloing or doing PvP, and so hardcore never really like interested me that much, but it's fun to watch people do it. Is this facts from... Wondering if this is facts from Faralina 2019, because if so, that's that one guy that streams. I forget what his name is. BGs, let's go. Yeah, and we got a flask on. We're gonna go pump. We got some kind of lower geared players in here, so might be a challenging one, but we'll see. That's one thing about hardcore is it's better to watch than play. Yeah, I mean, like, I've had some great times watching some of the hardcore streamers, but in terms of me sitting down and actually doing it myself, I'll pass. Which I think is kind of a lot of people. Stopped hardcore because I had to accept that I wasn't going to do so much of the content, and I was like, why would I want to do that? Yeah, it kind of just kills off a lot of the game, right? And then it also kind of actually creates an elitist mindset, whereas like if I go do like Wailing Caverns, right? Like I don't care who's in my group really. I'll pretty much fill it with whoever, as long as like they're within a level bracket, right? Whereas a lot of people in hardcore, it's like, you know, they only want certain people, or they want only really high level people in their group. And like, I can't blame them, they don't want to die, but then in turn it kind of makes it so that you either need to know people, you need to have a decent guild, or you need to play with other people that don't really care so much about who they're playing with, which could lead to problems as well. Damn, they both bubbled. When you're low health in HK or in hardcore, you get a massive adrenaline rush, and it's addicting. Yeah, I guess. I played hardcore, and I got to like level 40 on one of my characters. This was before the actual server launched, and to me, it was just like playing really passively and everything. I'll just sit here while I die, because mage lockouts. I love it. Oh, the mob tagging and hardcore for leveling. I mean, people are gonna do what people are gonna do. That's the thing. Blizzard can continually add things to kind of like they can stop mage boosting. They can stop a lot of things from happening, but players regardless are going to come up with like the fastest strategy for things. That's just kind of how people end up playing in 2023. It's just this kind of the reality of gamers. A lot of people like to min-max, which I mean I do too. It's just ends up being fun for a lot of people. So I don't know. We'll give this guy Wind Fury if he comes up. He was on stun DR. The warrior must have charged him or something, so he was on stun DR and got him out of my grenade fast enough to kick me. Shoot. Okay. Playing hardcore is no different than season play. You're gonna lose your character forever at some point. True, but like I don't want to have to go into ZG with like world buffs and everything, and like a really good group of people all in like comms and everything just to clear ZG. I just don't really care about PvE like that, so it's I get it, some people enjoy it, but for me it's like I'll pass on that one. And like Classic is also very much like it's an MMO. It's a community game. It's like supposed to be played with a lot of people, and a lot of times you just end up not playing with people because you're scared to have someone end up getting you killed. So but I mean, I'm glad they gave people hardcore servers. You know, like people wanted it, they listened, they gave it to them. I'm happy for the people that enjoy it. It's just not what I personally want to play, but that's okay. There's a lot of people that aren't going to be playing Season of Discovery, right? There's a lot of people that don't play retail WoW. I do think after a while you do end up running the risk of like I don't know, fracturing your communities to a point where there's not enough of a population on servers to make it fun anymore if you continually have these different servers. But I think that's also kind of why they didn't do Wrath and TVC like permanent servers. Oh my lord, dude. I swear. Disgusting. This guy Wind Fury right before I die. I don't think it went off. I pretty much killed PvP in hardcore. Yeah. Yeah, and then the problem too is like even the mock draws, like outside of the tournament, like if people actually did mock draws, it was like people would like have some cheesy stuff to do or just get it. It wasn't like a traditional-esque duel, like because everyone's just like obviously they don't want to die, so maybe they're baiting someone with like it looks like they have bad gear, then they get the duel to start and then they put on their nice gear, things like that just end up being a little bit, I don't know, unsatisfying. Plus I don't think I mean, like, as much as I love PvP, I would feel so bad just killing someone and then like their character's just gone. Like, I don't know. Only reason I play WoW is for PvP. If the PvP sucks, I'm out. Yeah, I really have no interest in outside of, like, I do the PvE content to enable me to do the PvP. I enjoy the PvE, but I don't enjoy it if the PvP is not a thing. If that makes sense, like, I'm doing it for the fun gear. Like, I don't really care about hitting the mobs harder. I care about hitting other players harder or keeping other people alive more if I'm a healer or being able to survive longer. Those kind of things are why I do PvE. Me too, yeah. I think that's a lot of people. But I think there's tons of people out there that just love PvE, and that's totally fine too. Oh, I like arenas in other iterations of the game. I just don't like classic WoW arenas. I think classic WoW, it doesn't, like, I can face some of these people in this game right now, and I know for a fact I'm going to destroy them. And then there's other people that, if they play it well, they can kill me. So it's like, I just don't. I think it's too rock paper scissors for arenas in classic. I also want the ranking thing to be not the AV way. Yeah, I actually hate that so much. I don't care if AV, oh, well, actually I want AV to be the best on AV weekend, right? But likewise, I want the other battlegrounds to be the best option for you on those weekends. Whether, like, I don't care as much about the other times, like during the weekdays, if you want it to be like AV is still better, then I don't really care as much, but just like especially the weekends shouldn't be like that. Like people still spamming AV when it's like Warsong weekend is just really weird. Oh yeah, AV's nothing but PvE, and the funny thing is players will actually get mad at you if you PvP. Like if you back cap, they'll like flame you and they'll be like, you're throwing, like, stop doing this, you're making the games take longer, which, when someone is ranking, I get it. Like, I understand why they do it, because it's the most efficient thing. However, it's just not fun then, for, like, pretty much anyone else who actually wants to enjoy the game. Against Shadow Priest, I don't really want the buff. I'm gonna take too much damage inside his silence. Oh, I'm dead now anyways. AV sucks. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is I actually really like AV when it's like those fun games. But I like them here and there. So like I would enjoy AV Weekend when it comes down to like big PvP battles or fun bat capping. Like when there's actually PvP in AV, it can be a lot of fun, but that's just not what we see. It's like they're all going to their flag room. Yeah, I mean, like, I think the boat guy, you have to play AV a lot different if you are melee for it to be fun. Because I agree, like a warrior in an AV like Zerg is just horrible. You just go in and die. But if you have like a healer that's specifically watching you, then it can be fun. And then also, like, if you like another way to make AV quite a bit of fun is if you like back cap and stuff as like a little squad of like 2 or 3 people, then it can be fun. But yeah, I agree. Like melee for like the main fights is horrible. This is so gross. Yo, did this guy flex on me? Relax, man. I'm sorry. I think we probably go tunnel maybe, but I want to mount up fast. Yeah, Kitten, I agree. It's actually one of the most ridiculous things in Classic when you have gear. And I don't even have like my gear is really good, but I could have better gear. That's the thing. Like I'm definitely not. I have none of the Nax off pieces. I could be even more gear than I am, which is kind of scary. I want to get away from this guy a little bit. Hehehe. Oh, I got the shield proc. Hey, neutrality. Yeah, everything's going well. We're just hanging out, doing some Warsong Gulch with a flask up. It's pretty crazy. Do I think Hunter at 40 will be fun with trapping and wyvern stings for CC? Yeah, I think it will be. I think that the fun thing about Hunter is I think Hunter, with the runes that they're getting, with the way the class can play now with survival and everything, I think Hunter is one of the highest skill caps in the game. Like for example, anytime I face a hunter on my shaman, I can instantly tell like a good hunter from one that's not, right? Like they might be making sure they don't trap when I have a grounding down. They might be using their pet to stomp, kill my totems. They might be, you know, playing max range and kiting me so I can't connect to them. And like there's a lot of things that really good hunters can do to set themselves apart from just like a mediocre hunter. Whereas I feel like other classes don't have quite that ability. Like there are some classes that, you know, their skill shines through, but then there's also other classes where it's like a really, really good warrior versus a really bad warrior. It's like there's still a big difference, but it's not quite as big of a difference as you see with Hunter. Kind of want to... Okay, there's so many. We're going up there. I was going to say I was going to wait for them to push, but I don't think they're going to be able to push without me. Hunters will be top DPS phase 1. Yeah, I could see that happening. Again, we'll have to see. They could change some things around. They could... I'm going to lose Zerker right when we get there. Sad. Let's get the sheep off. That was a crazy game. Hey Evan, any takes on tanks for our season of Discovery? I wonder how self-reliant warlocks might end up being with the drain life mechanics. Yeah, I think a lot of people are interested in seeing how warlocks pan out. On paper, they sound extremely strong. Some of the other classes are getting stronger too, so they might have a better chance of fighting against warlocks now with some of their changes, but I still think warlocks are going to be really strong. I don't know so much about 25 though. Warlocks in the past at low levels are always very, very weak. So I don't know. We'll have to see. That's a good question. I'm not sure if they count as a demon when they're in Metamorphosis. It would kind of make sense, right? And it kind of could add to some unique gameplay options for some of the classes. But I'm not sure. I could see Metamorphosis lock being a thing in PvP, just like we see like Soul Link warlocks being good in PvP. But you're kind of making a trade-off, you know? So there's a lot of warlocks that also play destruction and do crazy amounts of damage, but your survival's less. So it could be one of those things where, you know, if you want to be beefy and have a lot of survival, maybe in like world PvP or those situations where you kind of want to last against people a little longer, maybe a spec like that would be good for warlocks. But with a lot of their fire changes coming, even the stuff we just see in phase 1 with their runes, I could see, you know, a Destro lock being really, really dangerous later in the game with their burst and with Chaos Bolt and everything. So there's probably going to be several specs that will be viable in PvP for them, which is cool. Warriors are the best class on Classic. They don't need much changes, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you bring everyone else up, but then you don't touch Warriors at all, then no one's going to want to play them, and then there's like... so I think they should give prop Warriors a lot more... especially like encouraging them to actually use a shield, just because I think that kind of has I don't know. It's fun, so we'll see though. And I think, yeah, in terms of what you're asking about them getting the least changes overall for Warriors, I think their changes at 25 are a little bit lackluster, but also Warriors don't really, like, they don't have Zerking stance, they don't have a lot of, like, they don't have intercept, they don't have a lot of things that they kind of need to play their class at 25, so I don't really know how many things they would actually give. This guy just runs in and opens with a Wyvern, or I mean with a Viper. You love to see it. Okay. Pop off. And by pop off, I mean not do much of anything. I can't fight any of these classes. If I push in, they're just gonna silence me and stuff, so kind of making things hard. Ugh. I mean, I guess I'll use Soulstone since I got it. This seems like a rough one, guys. They have, like, everyone on their team is, like, well, not that guy, but all the people that were running at me had, like, knack staffs. So they're all probably pretty geared. So when a hunter starts running at me, I normally leave Viper up like that because they're probably going to trap me, but... Yeah, I think in a PvE sense, Warriors at 25 are going to do a good amount of damage. And then I also think, like, if you have some healers with you in PvP to kind of enable you, I think you're also going to do a lot, so... Yeah, I think the threat issues with Warrior, and also like rage issues with Warrior, and not generating enough rage if you're actually like so heavily tanky is kind of an issue. We'll have to see. Not worried about Warriors at 25 at all, but at 40, I think they're going to be so OP with a 50% damage with MS. Yeah, it could get kind of crazy for them later, for sure. Like, I think we have to realize too that like Season of Discovery is probably going to be very unbalanced, right? They're like using us as a way to test. So it's like they could be making a lot of changes on the fly, but you know, there might be like a few weeks where one class is just absolutely broken until they're able to nerf or change it. So I wouldn't like expect too much out of like balance. Okay, grounding that. This guy wants me. And let's not play the game anymore. The Curse of Tongues, by the way, if you want to talk about Season of Discovery, I would love that to just not be in the game, or highly nerfed or changed, because it's just the worst thing ever. They did talk about dual spec. They talked about kind of seeing. I don't know exactly how, like, their verbiage for it or what they said, but they said something along the lines of like, it's not out of the question. We're kind of seeing. They basically said we're going to change it so that respec costs are very much lower than they are now, which is a great thing. And I guess they're trying to see if that is enough to make respecs viable. And if it doesn't feel good still, then they might look at dual spec, is kind of how I was reading into that. He just comes in here and just, that's all he does. That's the first thing he does. Ugh. It's so hard, you can't even get casts off because people range you by the time you even are halfway through your cast. T3 Hunters destroying Classic. I mean, Hunters don't really scale as well as other classes, so I mean, the time that Hunters is the best is like while they're leveling, or like right at the beginning of a fresh Classic server, when everyone's kind of poorly geared, because then their pets matter so much more, and it's such a big part of their damage. But in Season of Discovery, Hunters should be really, really good. Yeah, but in terms of how they stack up to other classes in terms of scaling, like for example, some of the best scaling classes is Elishami, Warlock, what else? Mage, like, and Warrior. Like, as like the changes they get to getting geared is huge. Whereas there's some classes out there like Druid, Hunter, some of these classes that don't really scale as well with gear. And you can actually kind of argue that they get weaker over time. T3 Hunt. Well, I mean, yeah, of course, anyone that is wearing tier 3 gear is going to do well. But my point is, like, they don't get the kinds of improvements that other classes do from that kind of gear. Like, it's not as impactful. And yes, they did say. Well, they mentioned something about Warlock's pet scaling, or something was data mined with that, but it should be Hunter pets as well, I would imagine. Wait, SOD or Turtle? Felt like SOD went too far. Isn't, like, I mean, Turtle WoW, the private server is like very far as well, right? It's not like it's has some little changes, it's a lot of big changes. But yeah, I played private servers back in the day when there was not another option, like for actual classic servers, but ever since there's been classic servers, I just like I don't really want to go back to any private stuff. Private stuff is so like up in the air in terms of the people behind the servers, corruption, weird issues like that. But not to say Blizzard's perfect either, but Throws out the curse immediately. Yo, Zulace, what's up, man? Been a while. Also, if you want to make content for streams, YouTube, it's best to stick with Blizz servers to get a wider audience. Yeah, I mean, like, I obviously don't really... Like, if I was in love with private servers or whatever, I would just make content for that. I'm not really, like, making content for monetary reasons or whatever, because it's really not there with YouTube, but, I get what you're saying. Hyped for SOD? Yeah, man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be some fun world PvP, which is what I have been craving. That leaf very badly. Yo, Zulace, invite me to the guild. Don't worry, guys. Like, if you apply, if you apply to the guild and you have, like, I don't know, like somewhat of a brain when it comes to video games, like, you'll get an invite. Like, I don't think we're being that stingy with or like picky with invites, because obviously for world PvP, like, just numbers is huge, right? And also classic WoW is not really about being skilled necessarily. It's just more about, like, being there and, like, being willing to do dungeons and have fun and be around. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Dude, this guy loves to Viper Sting. I can't heal through that, man. Not with MS. I was gonna try and wait for MS to fall, but he was gonna die. What do you think? You think SOD will end after level 50? No, I mean, you mean like, oh, in terms of, like, updates and changes? No, I think they'll. I think if people are responsive and the servers have been, like, if they've had a lot of people that have stuck with it from the beginning, I think there'll be quite a bit of changes at level 60. We're gonna go Horde. Pity you guys are NA? Yeah, man. Shit. I actually don't have tongues on me yet. What atom do I use to swap totem? If you're talking about, like, to show the timers, I'm using, like, it's like a weak aura that I kind of edited and changed some stuff on. And kind of move stuff around, so it's not really a specific, like, it's what one is it? It's Oh yeah, it's Seiyu's classic Shaman essentials, but it had like a ton of stuff. Like it had like lightning shield, it had cooldowns, all that stuff. It was like one of those big bars that you get, and then I just kind of pulled off the stuff that I wanted. And then for me at least, I don't know if you guys know about OP or OPI, but for Shaman, since you have so many like kind of bloat items that are useful, but you only use them every once in a while, I really like this add-on because it allows you to kind of clear up your bars a bit. And I can put totems down that I don't use quite as often with just one single hotkey instead of having like a million totem hotkeys that I don't use as often. This guy's got okay, he's decent gear. He just looked very undergeared for the weapon that he was using, but I guess that's kind of enhanced shamans for you though. They don't really have amazing options. Yeah, he's pretty geared actually. I have this, but I feel like the Dark Moon card doesn't really proc that often. Maybe he's just feels like there's not really many other options for him. We should put... Oh, I'm leader. Okay, cool. We should put the all warriors in one group. I can drop Wind Fury then. I'm only worried my Wrath Guild that's going to play SOD is going to quit as soon as Catacombs and leave me hanging. Yeah, I mean, you got to find a group of people that are going to kind of match your interests, you know? Or something that you can do, which like is oftentimes people don't do this, but like I would play on the very, very populated server, even if it is the quote-unquote streamer server, because it has the best chance of surviving and being still like having a strong population later on in the game. Because it always sucks to be on that server that, you know, your guild decided to go onto, and then now you're, you know, one of the last guilds on the server that's actually participating in anything, and the world's just kind of dead. So 3k easy, didn't even pop any trinkets. God, his the reflect talent for Rets that like one-shotted me almost. That's hilarious. Yeah, eye for an eye hit me for 3k. 3k eye for an eye. That's why Faralina is still thriving in Wrath. People think or I think always picking the most hype highest pop servers to play, sacrificing 1 to 2 weeks of high queues isn't a big deal in the long run. Yeah, and I mean, tons of people in 2019 were like, ew, gross, the streamer server. I don't want to play on the streamer server. That's stupid. And then exactly that happened. Like, a lot of the other servers died. I think it was like Herod, which was like touted as like the non-streamer server where everyone's awesome and let's play there. But then a lot of those servers just ended up dying, or people had to transfer off, and I don't want to have to deal with that. It's kind of a pain. But it also sounds like Blizzard said that they've upgraded their servers in terms of like how many people it can handle, and also it sounds like they might have some plans for the Season of Discovery, and you also see that with how Hardcore went. You know, they only have like 2 servers, right? So I don't know. I could see them having quite a few less servers, which I think in the long run would be a good thing too. server had the perfect horde to alliance ratio in 2019, but then server transfers killed it. Yeah, I know that happened with several servers. Played Alliance in SOM, John Gabar, and super lucked out. I didn't pick another server since the rest of them died. Yeah, I was on Mutanus, and that server died really bad. And then I didn't want to pay to transfer off, so I had to wait till... Like, I waited until free transfers opened up, and that was quite a while into the game. But his eye for an eye talent is just destroying me. This guy has AFK'd like 3 battlegrounds now. I swear he just has world buffs and he wants to, he just leaves as soon as he thinks he's gonna die. Which is kind of why I was trying to one-shot him in the start, but it didn't end up working. Well, I probably should have been looking, because I could have possibly killed him. A little awkward. Yeah, it's shamans are going to be able to dual wield in Season of Discovery, yes. Damn, I didn't have my shock up in time. Okay, at least he's dead. You want to main your warrior, but have no idea what to alt. Everything seems fun. I know that's kind of the problem with SOD is like, I don't know, classic era. Kind of know what you're gonna get with the classes, and they're a little bit more like set in their roles and functions. So it's kind of easy to pick a class, but all the changes to the classes, I don't really know. All of them have sounded quite fun. I think Shaman definitely seems to have the most options when it comes to like their runes in PvP. But I'm excited to see what other classes we'll get throughout time. They killed the Shazra server for me. Yeah, I know EU kind of had the same issues with servers too. I think it was this rogue that had the flag, right? So some heals on this guy. Cleanse ourselves. Pretty sure he dropped. Maybe I should let him carry. See what happens. I'll let him get pressure up front. Ugh. Oh my, someone in my guild did the bruh spam and it was like perfect timing for me getting killed. This is an add-on. It's called OPIE or OP. It's like OEIE, all one word. It's really useful. You can use it for any classes. You can also make it have like, I have a weapon or a weapon one that I don't really use that often, but so it can be like macros and everything too. It doesn't have to be a spell. Kind of nice. Guess we'll grab the flag again. I don't really know what everyone else is doing. How OP do I think Lock will be? Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty strong at 60. Probably 50 as well. The lower levels is just like casters don't scale quite as well. They don't have as many options for... They don't have as many options for spell power gear. This is bad. Where is everyone? I guess I'll just like I have Flask up, so I'm just gonna play mid and have fun. I don't know what everyone's doing. Yeah, I think BFD will have some decent spell items, but a lot of the stuff we saw from the earlier bosses like was all just like stat based, right? So it was like there's like a cloth belt that had like 8 stam, 8 int. There was a clam weaving tunic that was just raw stats. I know we saw that there's going to be some trinkets, but I don't know. Maybe they have some plans for stuff, but wasn't looking too good. Okay. No, so anyone that signed up for the guild, just know that it's probably going to be a few more days until we kind of, like, we've looked at some of your guys' applications, but I don't think much outside of that, right? So we still gotta talk to some of you guys, and pretty much if you signed up, unless you said some really weird stuff in like the comments, you're probably gonna get an invite. It was mainly just like us having an application was a way for people to kind of see what, like, in having those questions, it showed you kind of what we were looking for in players, if that makes sense. It's kind of like when you go and have a job application and they're like, when you get upset at work, do you talk about it with your manager or do you lash out and attack someone, right? Like, it's like you kind of know what the answers they're looking for are, and it's kind of to just get a general sense of you as a person and a player and what you're looking for. So that's pretty much it. It's classic WoW, so it's not like you don't have to be amazing at the game for it to matter. Like, I personally would rather play with 10 horrible players that are all chill and are around a lot of times, willing to help people out, are fun to chat with in Discord, than like 10 amazing people, but they're amazing players, but they're horrible in terms of like ever doing anything for others. They're always just looking out for themselves. They're never in Discord, or if they're in Discord, they're super mean or toxic. I don't know. That's kind of just me personally, though. Oh yeah, good thing I put that totem down. That's going to help out a lot. Surely Lock will be OP at 25. Instant Corruption, Drain Life Dot, Agony, 500% Armor, Instant Searing Pains. Yeah, I mean, so I think they're going to be decent, right? But historically, at level 29 in PvP, if you had a level 29 Twink Warlock, the only way you could be at all efficient or useful in any way was you had Succubus to tank, or not to tank, but to CC for you. And then basically what you would do is stack tons of plus shadow greens and just try and do as much damage as you could. But even then, you didn't do that much damage, and that's like with plus 30 spell power on your weapon and all that stuff. So I'm just going based off that. The changes to Warlock could be strong enough that they don't need all that other stuff, but I'm just, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I think they'll be good, but I don't think they're going to be as OP as people think at the low levels. Are you still taking guild apps? Yeah. You can go to the Discord there. There'll be a spot to... That's not the guild Discord, by the way. That's just to my Discord where I have the application posted if you want to apply. And then it's just a simple form. Basically, phase 1 especially, everyone's going to just be like figuring out what they want to play, having fun, doing world PvP. It's just going to be more about a community of people that are looking to kind of take part in the Ashenvale PvP. They have a brain and they kind of, want to be around. That's basically what we're looking for. And I know people have said in the past, like, oh, well, like, when would you guys raid? When is this happening, that? It's like, we haven't really planned that far ahead. And in terms of, like, raiding, as you can see, like, BFD is a 10-man raid. The other stuff at 40 and 50 might be similar. So there's not really any point of making, like, a raid roster, especially for content that probably you could just put a pug together, and it's just kind of easier that way. So all the nitty gritty and like the raid roster stuff would come at a later point. $29 more minutes on our Flask. Let's hope to get a few good games here. But yeah, even with Flask, I have 588. I only have 588 spell damage, which, yeah, that's a lot, but if I had like best in slot, I could have that kind of spell power without even being buffed. So I can't imagine the kind of damage you could do on a Shaman if you were like best in slot, Nax gear. Probably just absolutely insane. Which, playing Shaman at 60 is such a different experience from playing Druid at 60. Like, the playstyle is completely different. It's like, it's hard to say what I enjoy more, like... Oh, hey. Oh yeah, talk about this guy. Yeah, you want to talk about good gear? This guy, he is like, I gotta ask him actually. What's your spell power? I've done a lot of Warsong Gulches, and this guy will be in the game, and he just absolutely blows people up. I can't imagine how much damage he does. 632. Yeah, so he has more spell power than I have, and that's with I have a flask on. So when he's not flasked, he still has more spell power. That's crazy. Are we going to get pre-launch name reservations like in classic launch? I hope they do that, but they definitely will at least like put out a server list. That is something that for sure will happen. If they did a like name reservation or something, I could see it happening sometime next week, because normally I feel like there's like a week between launch, and it gives enough people to kind of coordinate with like their friends or guildies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let someone else get Zerker. Oh, resist. Yeah, dude, Ufta is a beast, yeah. Sometimes I'll like be in a Warsong game, and then I'll just see him in mid, and then I'm just watching people just get destroyed. Like I can't even finish casts. It's hilarious. Yeah, games pop pretty fast on Horde side, because we actually have a smaller population than Alliance. So Alliance on Era servers right now actually kind of have a decent queue time. So that's kind of why we get pretty fast queues. This always sucks when they're like, it says they're on the roof, but then they're probably gonna, yeah, he's already dropping, I think. Helmed on connector, okay. Ouch, that guy got destroyed. I didn't want to cast on him, he had shield, but he's able to purge most stuff off. We'll see. Got a rogue waiting, this will be perfect actually. Can't even get Zerking, it's not, can't. Stun him, stun him, stun him. No! going to be one of those games, I think. I gotta just regroup with everyone. Damn, he dropped it and got repicked. That's the first cap for sure. Maybe not, I guess? I don't know. I thought he was right there. That's a kill if you just tremored when you connected? Oh, for the priest sphere? No, I don't think so, man. The priest had already cleaned me of my EM. He had already purged my EM off, so I mean the druid's not gonna get one-shotted anymore, so. Those guys, like, this is what they do all the time, is just war song gulches, so it kind of takes a good amount of setup to get a kill on them. Yeah, this should be a pretty difficult game. This guy's good too. If you talk about like hunters that you can tell like are skilled, this is one of those guys. Okay, we basically want to just help this guy get out. Knew that was gonna happen. That's why if you guys wanted to know, like Tauren is so strong for setting up kill potential because you get that stun, which can really come in handy. Obviously Orc is so nice for the stun chance or the resist chance, but it's kind of more like guesswork. He's gonna kill my grounding. Yeah, this guy, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, that's probably GG right there. Maybe not. Let's try and get combat. We can clean this guy. He's probably gonna blind me. Spam. Okay, we'll let them play D. We need to go offense. Try and get a kill. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close Pretty close. Shoot. I don't know what's going on with who's finishing on yeah. I guess we will try to kill before FC can cross mid. Probably our best bet. I'm still wearing rocket boots and everything, so I want to keep that. I'll do a little less damage, but I need to be able to connect. Totem got the kill steal? Yeah. Okay, he's gonna charge me. I want to not let him get... And I can't really do anything with that, sorry. Hit the mage for now, since I can't hit anything else. Got the kill. Remount. Please stop Shadow Worm painting everything. Yeah, I think that's basically game. I think these guys are like a full pre-made, basically. At least like it's a 5-stack for sure. But they played well. GG. Probably one more Flask game. And it'll be off. So sad. And we officially have 11 days, guys. 11 days until SOD drops, and that's all we do. We're gonna eat, sleep, breathe, dream. Even when we're sleeping, we're gonna be dreaming about killing things, and we're gonna dream about killing Alliance and Ashenvale. Guys got some gear. SOD hype, yeah. Definitely, man. I cannot wait. And the great thing, I was thinking about this earlier today. The great thing is, like, you know how a lot of times you are playing at the beginning of Classic to kind of get to endgame? Especially at the beginning of a server, you're like, oh my gosh, what guild's gonna get into MC first or whatever. Like with this, it's like, you only have to level to around 16 or 17 until you're basically at endgame, right? Like at 16 or 17, you're going to start probably doing Wailing Caverns or Dead Mines or whatever to try and get those pieces of gear that you want for 25. So you're basically at endgame like right away, you know? Do a little bit of leveling and then you're farming some gear to PvP with or whatever. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. It's gonna be totally different. Yeah, I know. Like people will probably be making alts within the first week. Cause can I have a little water? Thank you. Yeah, Iron, I agree. I think, I mean, I'm gonna be probably tanking a lot on my druid when I can't find a tank. I'm definitely letting him get, letting him get buff. But, yeah, I'll be tanking on my druid here and there. I think druid tanks really seem to be changing probably the littlest so far, but it'll still be fun. And then I'll definitely heal anytime I can get a tank in my group, and I think healing will be a lot of fun with some of the healing runes for druid. Double bubble. I still have my wrong pieces on. Throw him a few heals. Chain lightning into immunity. By tanking a non-stop Warsong Gulch, yeah. Be interesting to see, because it sounds to me like the Ashenvale PvP stuff is more like Winter Grasp, where you like do it every so often. Like maybe it's 3 hours or 6 hours, or on the hour, who knows? But it'll be fun because I think what my strategy will probably be is you stay in Ashenvale at the PvP queue. So you queue up in Ashenvale, and then you basically just go around and do world PvP in Ashenvale while you wait for Warsongs to pop. That's kind of probably what I'll be doing. I hate when it does it. It doesn't show you your big numbers. I'm here for the numbers, guys. Dwarf priest named Atheist is kind of funny, actually. Is this guild going to have a big group for AGM? I mean, I assume that people will be more than willing to, you know, help people out with AGM. At least that's kind of how it happened in 2019. But we will, we'll have to see. I really hope they actually address like, Gurbashi Arena is a lot of fun, and it was a cool part of Classic. I just wish that they made it somehow that like it wasn't just one person, or they made it so that you got like a participation thing. Like, hey, if you participate in Gurbashi Arena, like, I don't know, more than like, because you normally had to get 12 trinkets, so maybe it was like you participate in 24 of the Gurbashi arenas, then you have a chance to, then you can make the trinket, or make the chest be openable by like everyone in the party. Something like that would be nice. Hey, the Great Levine. Decided Hunter for sure, going Tauren for Warstomp Trap, since Hunters won't have Scatter till 30. Nice. Yeah, I could see more Hunters actually running Tauren now if they're wanting to play like melee Hunter. The leeway stuff is just always such a bummer for Tauren, because it gives you like a larger dead zone for Hunters, which is obviously in the past is kind of annoying. Thought Hunters had no dead zone for Tauren? No, they have a larger one. Because they have like, it's normally 8 yards, or Don't quote me. I don't remember exactly what the dead zone is. Maybe it's like 6 or something like that. But it's like there's a dead zone where obviously if you're standing you can't get shot, but you also can't get hit. And for Tauren, the dead zone ends up being a little bit bigger when especially when someone's like not running. Pretty sure melee only gets bigger, not the range. No, it should also be the range. It's like your hitbox is also bigger, so technically you can be reached from, like you can reach further away as your range shots as well. So it has some, it's just weird. It's one of those weird races in terms of how the model ends up interacting with the game. Let's get Zerking and just one-shot this pally. Come on, let me see the numbies. It was my actions. It's a 3k Chain Lightning into a 2k Earth Shock. You can reach further as melee when walking due to leeway, but worse when standing. Yeah, exactly. But I think at least in 2019, I don't know how it works now, but in 2019, if you took a, like say you wanted Tauren for War Stomp and you also wanted Tauren for, so you wanted Tauren for War Stomp and you wanted Tauren for the health for Hunter. In the past, you were able to use like a Savory Deviate and your hitbox would be like that of a human. I don't know if that's still how it was, but that's how it was back in classic like level 40 content or something, because I remember there was a Tauren Hunter and he did a bunch of testing and made videos on it. You think they still do that? Yeah. So it's like Tauren Hunter is like has a place. You just have to know that it has some flaws that you gotta kind of tend to. What's this guy's gear like? Oh, interesting. Got the big stam ring. He's totally ready to flag carry. Nice. I think I still do that. Someone used the ogre suit to become Tauren hitbox in the OTK tournament. On the watch. Oh yeah, I did notice that actually. Wasn't that why am I blanking on his name right now? J-Law, yeah, J-Law. You went to the elite dwarves in Hillsbrad and got the blue gun on your first kill. That's hilarious. Yeah, that spot is really good. But I'm wondering what it's gonna be like in on launch, because so many, like for Alliance it's a great spot to like just trigger horde people and also just like mess with them in terms of not being able to farm there, because obviously the dwarves are friendly to the Alliance, so they can just kind of camp you. But if no Alliance are there, then yeah, farming for stuff is really nice. Pretty sure Sony used it as well. Can't remember. Oh, okay, but he was Tarn, so. But then maybe Tarn hitbox hadn't been changed yet. I don't know. I don't know how it was on hardcore. I know Tarn hitbox was messed up for a while. I think he had even talked about it. Melee Hunter benefits off orc racial too. Yeah, that's true. There's like pros and cons to all that. I mean, same thing even with Troll Hunter. Troll Hunter has you can argue Troll Hunter for certain matchups or things. Yeah, I think he's in maybe? He's up here. Oh, he's right here. Okay, this guy's not getting away. There's so many people here. It's funny how much damage I do on Ellie that I actually have to be careful of the spell reflect eye for an eye talent for Rets. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that's true. Orc pet damage will also be better now too. So, yeah, I mean, there's several race class combos for a lot of the different races that you can argue for. It just kind of more depends on how you want to play in the end, and then also like what is most beneficial for you. And some people just can't stand some like the way certain races look. So I get that too. You want to have a character that you like the way it looks. We'll put Winfrey down for this warrior. Couldn't get the heal off on him in time. I'm just gonna kill this guy. You can't wait for SOD. Tried retail PvP again and it's dog shit. Yeah, I feel ya. I tried retail like several months ago. I just logged on to my retail account because I hadn't been on it in forever, and I was just like doing like low level PvP, and I was just like, this game just feels completely different. Just like night and day different from Classic. Doesn't even feel like the same game. But I have like the recruiter friend zebra mount from like forever ago that I guess is like pretty rare now. So I was like running around on that, and like several people were like, "Oh my gosh, dude, can't believe you have that!" Like, yeah, I got it. I think I have actually like a lot of stuff from from old WoW expansions that it's like super rare now. I just don't have any interest in playing retail. Went to retail for the new solo 6-man rated battlegrounds. Yeah, I'd heard about that. Couldn't get myself to do all the queues and systems to unlock everything on your character. Yeah, it's just kind of, even at like thinking about just logging in and trying stuff on retail, it just seems way too daunting. Love the Olympics game tower. Yeah, that and the like the little serpent pet thing. They made it so easy. Oh, you can buy the zebra mount last month? Damn. Well, there you go. Not cool anymore. Do I think Classic Era will be around for a while, like 10 more years? I don't know, man. I feel like it's just kind of speculation at that point. It's just like people will continue playing Classic if there's a reason to play Classic, which for a lot of people, it's just because there's not anything else that really resonates with players, you know? Like there could be, say, a new game comes out and everyone's all for that, then you have a reduction in the amount of interest in Classic and kind of have that, I don't know, a little bit of ebb and flow of interest towards Classic. Like comes and goes just with depending on like what other people are playing, what people are interested in, all that kind of stuff. So do I think it'll be around in 10 years? That would just be too much of a guess, I guess. Said the thing? Yeah. Exactly. Been waiting for a new game for 19 years. Yeah. I played Ashes of Creation during like the little beta thing. That's a game that I could get excited for if it's done well enough, but I don't know. I'll have to see. The problem too is like if you're someone that just really got hooked on WoW and classic WoW, like I have, any game you play, it just like feels like you're always making comparisons back to classic, right? So it makes it hard also to enjoy new games because you're always looking through the lens of, you know, your experiences with classic. Yeah, that's true. Classic player base is aging. Um, I think probably that's what they're looking at with Season of Discovery too. Is like they might be trying to get more interest in Season of Discovery from those players who, you know, previously didn't really vibe with Classic. Maybe they're looking at Season of Discovery of, you know, giving enough changes that it brings in some new people. From 20, what do you mean? Yeah, I mean 20 though is 20 is probably somewhat uncommon though for classic players. I feel like most classic players that I know are like 25 plus, you know, and have some sort of connection to classic when they were younger. Even if it was like, oh my, like a sibling played it and, you know, I wasn't old enough at the time, but, you know, I would watch him play or something like that. Whereas you don't really have that many. I know there's people out there, but you don't have that many people that are just like completely new to WoW and just heard about it and just picked up classic. For 16 in 2009 release, that's crazy, man. It's crazy to think about that. This 2009 release seems like it was just yesterday. Been playing it since year 5. Nice. Yeah, guys. So I've been working on setting up some member stuff too for Discord. I think I'm gonna have 3 different categories. One's gonna be Druid. The other is gonna be the second tier will be Dreamweaver, and then the final tier will be Archdruid. And those are just going to be ways for you guys to support the channel if you want, because especially going into Season of Discovery, I don't really want any monetization, like any ads playing on my channel when I'm live, because I think it kind of takes away from the viewing experience. And I know personally, as someone who watches streams on Twitch, anytime there's an ad that comes on, it just is super annoying, and oftentimes I just like will leave because it just kind of cuts into watching something live. So that's going to be my plan for that. It's a way for you guys to support if you want, but by no means is it like obviously a requirement, and it'll allow people to watch without any ads. So don't you want to switch to Twitch? Not really, man. I mean, Twitch is like, it's nice because that's where everyone is, but there's a lot of things about, like, from the back end that I really like about YouTube. And I've already made a lot of videos and stuff on YouTube, so I'd rather just keep everything over on YouTube. I have a Twitch, and I used to stream on Twitch, but it's just like more stuff for me to have to deal with, I guess. Honestly, I'd rather watch ads than pay for a thing. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, like, the nice thing is you won't have to do either. You don't have to. No one's gonna have to pay for anything, and but there also won't be ads on my live streams. So kind of like get the best of both worlds, I guess. But anyways, I'm kind of. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to say before I left. Definitely, if you want to find, you're looking to find a group of people to play with for SOD launch, specifically a highly populated server on Horde side, definitely go check out the link in my Discord to sign up for a guild. Not looking for you to be a rank 1 gladiator with, you know, years and years of experience, but we also are looking for people that kind of have a general knowledge in the game, and also an interest in playing in Season of Discovery specifically for PvP stuff. So if that kind of is something you're looking for, definitely check that stuff out. Am I going PST or EST? I don't actually know yet. That's a good question. I think, yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Just 1v2 to Pally and Priest and Shimmering Flats. Nice, man. Chill stream, by the way, found it randomly while looking for PvP videos just now and stayed longer than on any Twitch streams I've seen earlier. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try and talk to you guys and answer all your questions and stuff, so it just feels like a little bit more of a I don't know, I guess like a little bit more of a community aspect here, so that we all can kind of throw ideas around and get hyped for SOD. So that's kind of what I've been doing the last few weeks with content. And like I have said to you guys in the past, if you've been here before, I'm streaming every single day between now and SOD. And then obviously when SOD launches, we're going to be streaming just anytime I'm playing Season of Discovery. So it'll be pretty much most of the time, you know, throughout the day. But yeah, other than that, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Go to the Discord if you want to apply for the guild, and I will be back tomorrow to play some more and stream.